Welcome to Glyton TV. In today's comprehensive review, we've reached the impressive MA series from North. At first glance, this particular foil appears completely neutral and remarkably unremarkable. And with an aspect ratio of 6.4, it's truly a classic mid-aspect foil. The front wing possesses a medium profile thickness, and there's a very slight, subtle curvature evenly distributed across the entire front wing. The leading edge radius is kept remarkably slim, and the greater profile depth is positioned on the upper side. Everything is securely screwed together using the very same size torque drive. The mast fuselage connection is a classic design, assembled with 2 screws. For the comprehensive test, we specifically used North's 85 cm HM mast. It's nice that the base height is kept quite low. The fuselage length here is 60 centimeters and is also made of carbon. The rear wing is also screwed on and has a wingspan of 27 centimeters. All the transitions are crafted with very precise fits here. The rear wing is also not super thin, but instead features a medium profile thickness. Overall, at first glance, the foil appears to be very solidly built. In comparison with other mid-aspect foils, the Sonar MA 1200 proves to be very efficient and remarkably consistent in its lift characteristics due to its inherent profile. Here, we only need a very minimal amount of wing pressure or a very slight pull from the wing to effortlessly get the foil flying. Even in lighter wind conditions, just 1 or 2 active pumps are typically more than enough to smoothly and evenly rise up onto the foil. Even though the Sonar MA 1200 is certainly not a speed monster in terms of its absolute top-end velocity, it does possess exceptionally good and remarkably consistent acceleration. So, the maximum top speed we measured here was approximately 32 to 33 kilometers per hour. That was indeed the absolute limit. However, this speed is reached very quickly and quite easily, without requiring much significant effort. On the one hand, the Sonar MA has really excellent low-speed performance. This means that the flow does not separate from the foil even at very low speeds. But the consistent speed, which is reached quickly, is responsible for very good axis stability of the entire foil in all areas of use. Whether we look at the pitch axis, which is truly and remarkably free to move, it doesn't produce too much lift even when riding down smaller, steeper sections of the wave, but can be nicely and effortlessly controlled here without much significant effort. Very calm, very relaxed. So it's really very easy to handle, even for someone who isn't such a highly skilled wingfoiler. Additionally, thanks to the 60 fuse, the board turns very easily and tightly on the yaw axis, with excellent and precise feedback. You always know exactly where the limit is, and even in the roll, the excellent feedback ensures absolute comfort and control. These inherent characteristics truly make the North Sonar MA absolutely and perfectly suitable for beginners. So with a relatively low body weight of around 60 to 70 kilograms, you can use the 1200 square centimeters here even as a beginner. But even the already very advanced and experienced rider can, with a bit of active input, so the effort required is only slightly higher than with a high-performance wing. But if you actively engage the individual axes, you can move the wing very variably and really beautifully. And even if you let the wing breach, meaning, for example, you pull a tip out of the water or try a floater on the foil, you notice how good and consistent the hydroflow is here, how well the wing immediately gets control again once it re-enters the water. In comparison with other mid-aspect foils of the same size, the MA Sonar is also among the very best foils when it comes to glide. Of course, due to its low wingspan, its nice high agility, and its tight turning radius, it prefers to be ridden closer to the face, but as you can see here, it also requires very little energy in the water to produce truly sufficient glide. To be able to truly compete in the very top class of freestyle foils, especially for heavier riders, it would undoubtedly need to be just a little bit faster. However, especially in the freestyle sector, particularly when it comes to pop and repop, it delivers such consistently solid performance that it really makes it easy for anyone to practice their first jumps or expand their experience. Especially if you're at an intermediate skill level, this is a foil that can really support you well because it simply doesn't act up at all. It always gets cleanly powered up again right away. It immediately regains its speed with smooth acceleration. And that truly makes it overall very attractive and quite appealing for intermediate skill levels. As already mentioned, the Sonar MA is also really well suited for wave surfing, making it an excellent choice. For body weights between 60 and 80 kilos, the Glide is also quite an interesting and highly viable option here, providing a smooth and enjoyable experience. So, you really don't need a lot of energy to get going. Of course, the wave shouldn't be super fast, and you also don't need super steep waves. Overall, it works with little energy, but if your body weight is a bit higher, you do notice that a more elongated wing like the Glide would perform significantly better, even though it certainly looks quite good here. But of course, you also have to really try to consistently stay in the energetic part of the wave and be able to accurately read the wave very well. The preferred style is to carve nice tight turns, staying close to the face. The pumpability and how it precisely responds is also absolutely sufficient when accelerating to seamlessly connect one wave to another smoothly. So here as well, there are no truly significant highlights where you would be totally blown away. But what truly sets this foil apart is its absolute reliability and the fact that everything always runs smoothly, consistently, and safely. You really have to make some very serious and significant riding mistakes to be able to throw this incredibly stable foil off balance. In the conclusion, we will endeavor to describe the comprehensive range of its intended use here as precisely and accurately as possible. For lighter riders, specifically those weighing between 60 to 75 kilos, the 1200 Sonar MA is definitely suitable for beginners. It provides a consistent, smooth, and even lift without any significant headaches or worries, ensuring a truly enjoyable experience. You don't really need any particularly active or aggressive technique to get going here. The wing quite willingly picks up forward speed, of course always depending on having the absolutely right board to go with it. And as soon as it is properly and fully powered, even at relatively low speeds, it truly delivers its full potential and capability. For heavier riders, those weighing 80, 90 or even 100 kilos, the 1200 is a truly wonderful and incredibly versatile all-round foil that causes absolutely no stress whatsoever. Here too, the primary focus is simply on providing exceptional comfort, not necessarily on achieving peak performance. What we've consistently noticed is that this particular foil simply fits our specific conditions very, very well. So, how much usable energy is there in the smaller, more gentle waves of the Baltic and North Sea? How well does it perform in those conditions? How tightly can I turn it? So how fast is it? How fast is the wave? And in that regard, it always performs really nicely and consistently. It's not about the big days, but rather the typical standard days that we have very, very often here. But even the maneuver enthusiast on flat water on a lake will get along with it very well, because it glides through lulls effortlessly. It's very maneuverable, extremely light, simple, and reliable. It handles even critical situations with excellent low-speed performance. And thanks to its great feedback, you can easily recover from a lean or any turn, straightening up effortlessly if you've leaned a bit too far into the roll. Then you notice, okay, you want to come back up, and overall you don't need much strength for that either. And that's exactly it. The foil simply doesn't require much strength overall, so both lighter and heavier riders won't have any issues here. And of course, to wrap things up, there's the price. The complete full carbon foil, including the 85 centimeter HM mast, the front wing, the fuselage, and the rear wing, costs just under 2,000 euros. A truly great value for a seriously fun and highly capable package in the intermediate range.